Welcome back in my next video, part 2 of distributed database. In this video, I will focus on data model. Before you implement your database, you have to have data, and the data have to implement by something like data model. Before I start on the data model, what's the data model in database? The data model is precise description of the data contained in the system. Describe the data. That easy definition for the data model. I see. What's the type of data model? Data model actually has, I think, three types of data model: is conceptual, and logically, and physically. What's the difference between conceptual, logically, physically? Conceptual is describe what the system contains. That's it. What the system contains. It's conceptual. The next level of data model is logically. Is describe how the system will be implemented regardless of the database management system. And I mean by database management system is Access, Oracle, SQL, and any database or any database management system. The last or the final type of physical data model is physically, and is describe how the system will be implemented using a specific database management system, by using Oracle or Access or SQL or and so on. And also, maybe when ask me why we need to create data model. The symbol of data model is like this. For example, we'll start here. For example, the symbol, you can see conceptual and logical and physical, and there are many types. In this video I don't focus on the relationship between the entity many to many or one to one or many to one. This is supposed to know because you are in the high level to create your data as a distributed database. It's supposed to cover all the material that before database model. I mean by distributed database, like how can I create entity between the relation between the how can I create the relationship between the entity, like one to many, many to one, and so on. And we come back to our question, why we need to create data model. Because to support the development to design a true database that doesn't allow anomalies or inaccurate data. And the main goal of data model is create database tables that don't contain duplicate data value that can become inaccurate or inconsistent. So here, if you create the true data model, that will be avoid any duplicate data that will be make your database inaccurate or inconsistent. And data model in the data model also organize data for a certain user. And we all know that the data has many entities and attributes and relationship. And so I'll come back here. And information for the data model is hierarchical, for example, network, relational, entity relationship, object oriented, and external model, and so on. So I will be back here. And yeah, and the data. Yeah, the normalization. You have to make the normalization before implement your database. For example, normalization has three levels: first normal form, and second normal form, and a third or the final level for normalization. So in the first one, I will be implemented that in next, I think next videos on the Windows, because I don't have SQL here, or all my related work on the Windows machine. So I will be move there next video. So in the first normal form or normalization, the requirement is satisfy the first normal form if each table has primary key, and the next one, non-multi-value attributes allowed. The third condition is there are no repeating group. Two columns do not store similar information in the same table. In the second, in the second normal form, in the second normal form, there are some conditions you have to meet all this requirement, and all requirement for a second normal form must be met. I mean, all the requirement for first normal form you must be met, and redundant data across multiple rows of table must be moved to separate table. And the third condition is each column depend on the primary key. Each column depend on the primary key. The third normalization form is all the requirement for second normal form must be met. It's step by step, and eliminate field that do not depend on the primary key on the separate table. So in the second normal form, you have to meet all the first normal form, and the third normal form you have to meet also on the second normal form that already met on the first normal form. So I think I don't have in this video any more information about normalization, and see you in next video that will start in the SQL server, and we will give you more information before I start to implement our data. And I will also choose the project that I will implement it. I think is a school management system that has private school and public school, and I will be move the public school to another location, and public school to another location. It's one database. We will see that on next videos. So I will be with that again. If you have any comment or suggested, please leave it below in this video. I will be consider about that. And also, if you have any question, you feel free to contact me on my email on my channel. And see you then. Take care, guys.